On this episode, we're going to take the homeless tent off the back of the daily driven dump truck so we can design a custom headache rack and cat protector.
Hey, man. That's my house, asshole.
Welcome back to the vlog. I'm Matthew Salmi. This is Idea Ride Garage. And we're going to get rid of this ugly ass cover that somebody built on the back of this dump truck.
I'm trying to watch TV here, man.
Now, I don't actually think someone was living in it. I wouldn't necessarily be surprised. I think they were using it to either haul firewood or possibly they were storing stuff inside of it to keep it out of the snow. But it's ugly. It needs to go. And this truck needs a headache rack, cat protector, because, well, let me show you. The roof of this truck has had a tough life. I wouldn't be surprised if this got dented because somebody dropped a tree on it. Or a load of gravel. So, I don't want this to happen again. And luckily the back window isn't broken, and I don't want it to be. So, we're going to design a custom cat protector. But first, we have to get this off. But I get a piece of free firewood. It appears that they've nailed this plywood side to the original wooden sides on the dump truck, I think. There really isn't much else that they could have attached it to, because it's definitely not attached to the metal. So I'm just going to sawzall all of these nails, and either I can get lucky enough and just flip this whole thing off, or worst case scenario, I'm going to have to cut it up into pieces. So here's what the inside looks like. Yes, every flat space gets used for storage. I did put the wood in here, but it was clearly put together out of whatever random pieces of old scrap wood that they had. So it appears to be nailed along here. Here's a nail down the side, and other than that, I think it's just held in with gravity. So let's get cutting this off.
Many hours later.
That was a little bit more work than I thought it was going to be, but I do have this loose from the sides and ready to take out. I was able to pull the sides away, get any of the nails that I wasn't able to cut with the Sawzall. I did that on both sides, and I successfully was able to push this whole thing forward. So the plan is to slide it halfway out and then tip it out the rest of the way. Let's find out if that works. With the help of my wife, say hi.
Hi.
We're gonna slide this out and tip it up, and hopefully that works just like it works in my head. Ready? God damn it.
That was not good.
Oh, it didn't hit your truck.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
Now it looks like the way a dump truck should look, without a homeless tent on the back. So there it is, and I will bust that up and take that to the dump because I certainly don't want it. I'll take some measurements on the width of the dump bed, how tall the headache rack cat protector needs to be, and start designing that. And we'll see how it looks. I started with the back panel, which will bolt to the leading edge of the dump truck bed. You can see the cutout for the back window. Then I designed the side. Profile follows the contour of the door, and the box section adds a lot of rigidity, as well as additional mounting points to the dump bed. To work with send cut sends maximum dimensions, I will be doing this in 2 pieces. I then design the top panels. I have an additional part which I will be designing later, which will help to finish out the front face of this cab protector, and we'll end up adding a box section underneath that just to add additional rigidity to the whole part. So this will come to me with everything cut and bent. Still, all I'll have to do is weld it together for the final product and then finish it out and paint it. So now that you've seen the design in the computer, we'll just do a quick walk around here so you can see everything I'm working with and what exactly my plans are. For the sides, as you saw in the design, I do want to follow this curve. I just think it'll give it a good vintage style to it. These sides do need to get redone. They are rotten. They've got a whole bunch of nails pounded through them. I'm only going to make them this tall. I think it'll look better, and I don't think the extra few inches of wood above here will make much difference when I'm getting a load of gravel. But it'll look more finished off. As far as for the back window, I'm probably just going to use expanded metal for that. I think it'll also give it just a good vintage vibe to it and work with the patina of the truck. I do need to kind of estimate how tall I need this to clear the cab. While I'm not going to do any body work on this anytime soon, when I do fix the roof, I don't want it to then hit the cab protector, so I do have to, a little bit of figuring out on that. So I'm going to run the cab protector from here, from this point over, and it's going to bolt to the back side here, and it's going to have a brace, a box brace, which you saw in the design, that will bolt down to here, and hopefully that'll just help to provide enough rigidity for it to not want to lean forward, or if it does get hit, that it doesn't bend forward. I'll have plenty of clearance for the gas cap because I'm not moving the gas tank out of the cab, and I have to decide how far forward I ultimately want to bring this. I do have something else I'm going to build for the cab, but that'll be in a future vlog. I will need to straighten out this back rail here. It's a little bent, but torch, a 2x4 and a sledgehammer should be able to straighten that out enough to be able to bolt the cab protector onto it. So this is going to be one of the first things that I make for the daily driven dump truck after I get it running and after I sell my other truck. So once that's done, we'll send all the parts out to Send Cut Send, have them cut out. That should make it very easy for me to get this assembled and put on the truck, because all I'm doing is welding, some final trimming, and should be a pretty quick project. So if you want to see this come together and see what else we're making for the daily driven dump truck, be sure to subscribe. Until next time.
Hey, man, anyone got an old van I can live in? Come on, man.